Oh, hey there. So I hear you're looking for some cheap dated hardware for an ultra budget build. Nothing wrong with that. Hop on over to a site like cringe-y, let's say. This one's big in Canada. Find an ad like this for an HD 6850, some ultra budget and old hardware, but for 230 Canadian, that's over 170 USD for a 40 nanometer GPU, 1 gig frame buffer, PCIe 2 interface, and a 775 megahertz core clock? This frickin' card MSRP'd for this price, and he says he paid $300 for it. Either he's lying or was ripped off. Either way, he's trying to rip you off too. So what the heck is going on? Wait, you're saying there's more of this crap? Stay with me.
The XG270 from ViewSonic packs a 240Hz IPS display into a 27-inch form factor whilst looking sexy from the rear and sleek up front. A true 1 millisecond gray-to-gray response time keeps ghosting at bay for seamless fast-paced gameplay, and color reproduction is on point with 99% of the sRGB gamut in view. You can thank IPS for that. The XG270 is built for gamers concerned with retaining among the smoothest playback at little to no expense. Check it out and more from ViewSonic down below.
Let's cut to the chase. Some sellers think their 5, 6, 10-year-old hardware is magically worth more now because it's old. And I'm sorry, but with the exception of some vintage hardware, and I mean real vintage hardware, not just old stuff, this just isn't the case. In almost every situation, newer PC hardware is more efficient, it's more powerful, and to be frank, it's cheaper for those reasons. It's the general technological trend. Better performance per dollar. But when I asked for all of you to send ridiculous ads containing old, overpriced individual components, I was frankly blown away. How stupid can people get? I mean, really, or maybe they're not stupid at all if they're actually selling this stuff for MSRP 10 years ago. Maybe the stupid people in this case would be the ones who buy this overpriced crap. Who knows? Let's check this one out. Craft Computing sent this one over. It's a seller trying to offload an FX 8350 CPU for $225, just when you thought you'd seen it all. And of course, he's gonna call it an 8-core chip, despite the class action lawsuit settlement. I'm sure people are always gonna call these 8-core chips. It's never gonna go away. You can find these all day on eBay, by the way, for less than 100 USD. You can thank Ryzen for that. But a $225 asking price for a CPU that MSRP'd for $195 is downright pathetic. How about another one? Madbird on Twitter sent this one. It's a GTX 460 on offer uplisted for, get this, $230 US. Ask yourself, for around a median salary here in the States, would you be willing to work nearly 10 hours for this hunk of junk? I mean, sure, the GTX 460 was cool in its time, but it's old, inefficient, and extremely weak in 2020. This graphics card, by the way, should not be confused with the RX 460, a recent AMD release. Totally different planet we're talking about here. 1 gig of memory RAM. That's literally what RAM is, random access memory, kind of repetitive. Amazing specs, powerful graphics card for PC. Okay, this dude's straight up lying. What a scam. It's pathetic, really. This guy on eBay isn't even getting offers at a $10 starting bid for a 460, so good luck at 23 times that price. And you guys know it doesn't stop there. Ruby on Twitter sent an ad for a GT720, a graphics card launched for $50, and of course, he wants $50 for it. Mind you, these are going for around $20 on eBay used. It baffles me how people expect their ultra-dated hardware to pull MSRP. This is tech, these aren't Ferraris. They're obsolete in every way, so why should they hold their value? Again, the one exception, vintage hardware, old Apple stuff usually will fetch more than it MSRP'd for, but this is not Apple stuff. Here's another one, and this one's really sad. It's sent by Dark Phoenix on Twitter. We've got an ATI Radeon HD 4870 for $175. Does this guy think the card's worth way more because it's got a red PCB? If anything, this trait's a testament to how old the card is. 512 megabytes of VRAM, this is not the 1 gig version, a 55 nanometer process, and nearly 12 years old. And in tech years, that is ancient. For reference, this was one of the best phones of 2008 when this card was launched. Yeah, it's a freaking iPhone 3G, and how many of these do you see being toted around? Exactly. So asking $175 for a 4870, let alone the 512 megabyte variant, is downright pathetic. These are sub $50 cards all day long on eBay, and a quick search would tell you that. But of course, Nobody wants to do the research, or maybe they do and still insist on ripping people off. But I think what stuns me more than the prices themselves of some of these items is the logic behind them. A few people tweeted things like, the reason is the antique element. They're getting older, but they go up in value because there are less and less of them. But in a vast majority of these cases, that simply is not the case. It isn't like there's a shortage of HD 4870s on eBay. Plenty of them are still for sale, and the reason is because nobody wants them. That's why they're still there. If they were in such high demand, they wouldn't be frequently found for sale online. Yes, antique PC components do exist, but none of the ones that I've shown in this video fit that description, based at least on what I've seen. I wouldn't pay any of these asking prices, or frankly anywhere close to these asking prices for these items. When you come across an antique item, you'll know it, okay? It's something you'll pick up on right away. So the few folks defending these prices are a bit out of touch with reality. Sure, you can list a product for whatever price you want, but when you go about trying to pump a product up to be something that it isn't, as is the case with this ridiculous ad, it just comes across as scummy, scammy, and disgusting. Don't be this guy. Your PC parts don't magically appreciate with age. Quite the opposite, actually. Leave me some feedback in the comment section below. Consider subscribing if you haven't already, and I will catch you in the next one. Let me know what you think about this format as well. My name's Greg. Thanks for learning with me. For reference, this was one of the best phones in 2008. Yeah. I don't know what I just swallowed, but it. Yeah.